What's up, y'all? We watching videos today. Let me see. Can you see me? Yeah, you can see me. Hello, everyone. Let's rewatch that shit.
IShowSpeed flew to China to explore the culture, eat weird food, and do backflips on sacred landmarks. But what he didn't expect was to meet the most beloved man in China, an uncle in a red jacket, who would end up following Speed across multiple cities, bringing food, kindness, and later controversy. This is the story of how one unexpected man stole the spotlight in one of the biggest live streams of the year, and why some believe he had a deeper reason all along. IShowSpeed is one of YouTube's biggest in-real live streamers. Known for his chaotic energy, impulsive antics, and unpredictable humor, his visit to China, well, exactly what you'd expect. He did a backflip on the Great Wall, sparred with chillin monks,
and wandered through the cyberpunk streets of Chongqing. His streams were packed with random viral moments, and quickly caught the attention of millions of viewers, including the Chinese government. Clips of Speed flooded platforms like Rednote and Douyin, the Chinese version seen as polite, curious, and genuinely interested in learning. In fact, every shop Speed visited became an overnight hotspot. Business owners saw a spike in customers. It was instant viral marketing, and naturally, companies began desperately trying to insert their brands into the stream, much to Speed's annoyance. Then came the uncle. In Chengdu, Speed was swarmed by fans. Among the chaos, a man in a red jacket appeared with a gift. Barbecue goose. A Chinese security guard tried to push him away, but Speed's bodyguard, Henry, stepped in. Speed accepted the gift, took a bite, and the man vanished into the crowd. Just another random encounter. Or so it seemed. Next stream, Chongqing. The same uncle appeared again, this time on a motorcycle, offering pork. Speed didn't eat it, but something was off. Why was he following them? Then in Hong Kong, after an 8-hour stream, the red jacket uncle returned, this time with chicken.
Hey, don't eat that!
The man had flown across the country just to meet him again. By the time Speed arrived in Shenzhen, it became clear this wasn't a coincidence. The uncle was committed. He danced when Speed recognized him, handed him a prime drink, and even brought snacks for Speed's entire team. It wasn't just about Speed anymore. The uncle was part of the stream.
Shout out,
Should we bring him in the car?
Fans in the livestream chat begged Speed to bring the uncle along, and he did. They bonded through a portable translator. Speed promised to help him find a wife, and the uncle even made the stream thumbnail. Then came Changsha, the stream that made the uncle famous. In a crowd of thousands, Henry spotted him and pulled him over. The crowd cheered. He offered Speed braised goose and joined him again on stream. The uncle wasn't just tagging along anymore. He became family. He cheered when Speed played minigames. He handed out Chinese tea. He even started caring for Rudiger, Henry, Lev, and Slips, like they were his own sons. But not everyone liked the uncle's growing presence.
We're gonna watch this one right here.
Japan, I'm very curious about this robotic horse concept from Kawasaki.
Why are you concerned? It is a great idea. Something that can move around in the area and in the battlefield that has a more classic look to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got that. I just want to know, like, how much can it carry? Does it have enough excess power for, like, targeting systems? And just minor, small questions. Must you turn everything into a weapon? Yes. All matter in the known universe falls into one of two categories. I either have weaponized it or will weaponize it.
All I'm saying is the technology coming out of Japan since the end of World War II is pretty damn impressive. Kind of makes you wonder if we should drop, the sun in the Middle East. Because I tell you, it was like overnight. It was like, boom.
Grandpa.
First they were like, Japan is superior, we're the greatest, we're going to defeat everybody, imperialism, etc., etc. And then they get the sun twice, and now it's like baby metal, anime, Pokemon. It's fucking crazy.
As awful as that might be, the man makes a solid argument for nuking the Middle East.
Oh yeah, God forbid we hit the fucking reset button on their entire society and they actually got to start over. Game over. Would you like to play again? Yeah. How about this time we learn to not, wipe our ass with our hand? Let's start there.
You Americans are not much better. You still use handfuls of watered pepper. At least we have used a large amount of water. When you wash your car, do you just wipe it with a dry paper towel? No. You wash it with water.
Listen, when that whole COVID thing came around and everybody was like hoarding toilet paper, which still, to this day, I have no fucking clue why that happened. I have a pressure washer and a can-do attitude. I am gonna have a clean balloon knot.
So now your imposed tariffs on West Taiwan are up to 145%. You know, I understand your president was about, no new wars. Did that include trade wars? I'm not sure, man. I'm the missile guy, not the economist. Although I will tell you that, historically speaking, I have a whole lot more experience in regular war over trade wars. So, I guess we'll just see how this pans out. And I think we're both going to just keep escalating until one of us breaks.
America, I have been prepared for any war with you.
You cannot stop China. You're like 15 years too late. Yeah, let me just go ahead and take geopolitical advice from somebody who can't even take over their neighbor, who is a fraction of their size, and just lost a $100 million strategic bomber to a fiberglass, maybe? Plywood? Drone? Good job, by the way, Ukraine. It ain't much, but it's honest work. And I know people are still trying to circumvent things. Like, a couple days before the tariffs went into effect, India moved 7 plane loads of iPhones into my country to just hang out here so they can sell them and avoid, paying duty. I am not particularly a fan of the things you are doing with these tariffs. But me and many others may come to the table to talk to you. Ah, yes, let's just financially bully every other country out there that is not the size and power that we are so that we can get our way. You want to be the pot or the kettle?
Yeah,
your fancy stealth, and I do that with quotations, you just cannot see my hands.
Knows anything about Britain.
Are they supposed to be some kind of,
You ever heard that the Empire of Britain, the sun never set on the Empire of Britain? Have you ever fucking heard that? Well, if you haven't, now you have. I mean, now it's different now, It is different. It's not the same. It's not. It's way smaller and weaker than it used to be. Yeah, sorry. I forgot to brush my teeth this morning, so I'm gonna do
threat
that while we watch
or intimidation factor for me, America? Homie, I don't speak for the government, right? But I'm just really over here bombing your Houthi homies. You can decide if you find that threatening or not. Fuck this guy, right? And that's the official statement from the SecDef is, we'll let them decide. That goes pretty hard. I don't care which side you're on. Also, I want to let the world know that while it's all still shrouded in secrecy, unlike China's weird fake fucking 6th gen they have, my FA-XX is technically what it's called right now, will have 25% more range than both the F-35C and the F-18.
Damn,
Not sure how I feel that while being in active production and export, already talking about replacing me.
Doesn't matter. If it's got canards, it's gonna get 100% less bitches.
Nice.
Oh, why are you beating your chest so much, America? Are you upset that while I have production models that are actually flying,
I want to get
nobody has seen yours?
It's a weird way of telling the world that you have no idea how to maintain security of a secret project. It's interesting. Because, no one knew that I had a stealth Black Hawk until one crashed in Pakistan. Good times. That's just like how many people reported seeing UFOs while I was being tested. Or maybe I'm an alien. Speaking of weird things you're doing, West Taiwan.
What is it this time? That fucking plane. Got you, fucker.
Got him. Anyways, what's this? I hear about you auctioning off crocodiles?
Yeah, I'm back to normal. It's just a few crocodiles, America. A company that had them went bankrupt, and now we're just trying to recoup some of the losses. It happens all the time when you guys seize properties and businesses and somebody goes bankrupt, like your president did.
Ooh, low blow. But considering the man's worth $7 billion, he's bounced back pretty good. But neither here nor there. 100 tons of crocodiles. That's not a few crocodiles.
maybe to somebody like you, but to someone
100
like
tons?
me who is vast in my engineering and production capability, it is but a small amount.
I mean, hell, I'll take them, but gotta pay the tariffs. Hey, how about you stop helping out your Russian friend too? Captured a couple of Chinese guys. That's also like from Ukrainian claims, and everyone's denying it. So we'll just try and play this one out.
We are a free people. So in the same way American and other countries' mercenaries show up in your country to fight, so too can Chinese nationals join the Russian Federation. China just referred to their population as a free people. Is today fucking opposite day?
They're a free people.
Anger ball.
That's all the noise I need. Does that mean I can go weapons free?
Yes.
It's gonna be a hard no. We're trying out this whole trade war thing right now.
Forget sad raptor noises. These are bullshit raptor noises.
Yeah, I have a significant disagreement with this foreign policy as well. I'm gonna write a letter to my congressman. Speaking of
I'm
your
gonna
government,
write a letter.
Your Democratic Party just write a letter to your president telling him that Elon Musk must be fired by May 30th. Yeah, something like that, but there's always political loopholes. That's why nothing ever gets done. Ever.
And I can't take it from
So I have no idea what kind of loopholes they're going to leverage this time. I don't know what kind of laws they're saying he broke. I didn't dig into it too much. It's just, it's a mess.
Oh, sure, they get that letter, but when I write a letter to the government telling them they should all be fired and go home and be out of a job and go fucking harvest beans or something, no one wants to acknowledge what I wrote.
Oh, what you wrote.
Are you against government?
If you work for them as long as I have, you would be too. Trust me, the longer you work for the government, the less you trust them sons of bitches.
Do you have any idea how many vets are shaking their head right now? Like nodding in agreement? Anyways, moving on. Germany. This is a very strange, off-the-wall story that I read about. Did you have a little issue with a possible homicide in a park? Yeah, but we only investigated it for like 5 hours, yeah. So it was really not that much of a waste of time and money. What? Was it not somebody murdered? Was it? What happened? I'm unaware of this. So, somebody was out in the park late at night, and they found what they thought was a body, and we called in the police and crime scene and cadaver dogs and all that. And after 5 hours, we had to call it off because it turned out to be un sex doll.
Oh my God, who's the gross son of a bitch that figured out that's what it was for?
That's what you come across, Grandpa Bum Dog. What the fuck? Sorry, you have to be the one that knows that. I mean, everybody kind of knows what they look like, unless you got some high-tech one that's fucking crazy. Not that I know what that looks like, just saying. I mean, as you could tell, ain't nobody can afford no fucking high-tech shit. This is his cat tower. The fuck you expect? What should we watch next? Let me see. Where the fuck's my shit? Yo, what's up? What's going down? What's up? What's going down with it? I know I usually don't show my face on stream. But I gotta change that shit. I need to shave this peach fuzz off. Just shazzle. Shazzle. Let me see.
The United States just struck more than 85 Iranian targets with more than 125 missiles. 2 B-1 bombers took off from the United States this morning and flew non-stop to the region to participate in the raid on Iraq and Syria, in addition to numerous other local aircraft, including the A-10. They hit the Iranian Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and their proxies' command and control center, intel areas, rockets, missiles, UAVs, logistics, munitions, as well as other strategic sites. The Jordanian Air Force also joined the operation and struck several targets too, saying this is in solidarity with the United States. And President Biden said the U.S. doesn't see conflict in the Middle East or anywhere else in the world, but let all those who seek to do us harm know this. If you harm an American, we will respond. And he says that more airstrikes are coming, with officials saying these strikes were aimed at destroying their supply chain. Several
I ain't nobody worried about that shit. That's old news. That says the motherfucker said Biden, bro.
Scared your ass. Scared his ass. What?
Ah.
Is one of the greatest food in Mongolia. Where's that? We can go to my grandmother's house. All right, let's go to my house. Come on, get in the car. Get in. Get in. No, get in. No. He get in. He get in. Get in. Come on. Get in. Okay. I'm playing. Wait. Oh my God.
Come on, bro. You should know better than that shit.
Yo, big just really dropped in his car. Yes.
No regret. No regret. No regrets. No regrets.
Is one of the greatest food in Mongolia. Where's that? We can go to my grand.
Making iconic.
No, we ain't doing that. We ain't doom scrolling today, bud. Alright, hold up. No, I don't want to watch no more shit like that, okay? Leave me alone. Yeah. Proportional. I fucking love this guy. The fat electrician. This is one of my favorite stories right here. I could rewatch it. I've rewatched it like maybe, like no cap, like maybe like 6, 7 times. I could be wrong. It could be way more. Just saying, it could be a whole lot more. But we're gonna check it out.
Yo, we're doing something a little different out of the realm of what we usually do. Dan, earlier you was saying this guy, the fat electrician. He does some quite interesting videos. And
yes, to say
hey guys,
the
I'm
least.
gonna join y'all.
And I would say, since I have not watched this yet, it would be interesting because he brings, I guess, a sense of, I don't know what the word I'm saying. I'm trying to look for. He brings his own personality into
guys.
the retelling of moments where I guess the U.S. did its thing.
like, he puts a unique spin on it.
What is the U.S.
spin on
thing?
it? Something that I appreciate. And I'll put it this way.
The U.S.
I looked at his channel after I brought this video to Spencer. I was like, let's check this out. None of the videos on his channel I know a lot about.
So it's
I'll
stories
put it
that
way.
you don't know about, so I probably
know.
wouldn't know about. So
Yeah, and it's just like, hey, this is kind of interesting. How often do you get people that don't know? I don't know. I think it's a unique aspect, a unique angle for us to check this out because, hey, I might learn something.
We're starting with America obliterates half of Iran's navy in 8 hours. Operation Praying Mantis. I know nothing about that.
And me neither. Should know. It's like, we don't know. We're not like, we sign up. We don't just get downloaded with all this information.
Not yet.
So there's still a lot of stuff I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm infatuated with like Civil War,
Shout out everybody
World
who
War II,
cares.
World War I now. And I'm just like, what? Crazy.
Yeah.
So
let's how this goes, man. I'm looking forward to this very much.
Obliterated half of it. I didn't know Iran had a navy. Okay.
Here we go. There you go. You're already on your bullshit.
All right.
Let's go.
They didn't after this.
Ah, yes, the time that the U.S. Navy got upset and destroyed half of Iran's entire naval fleet in a single 8-hour workday. Today we're talking about Operation Praying Mantis. But real quick, this video is sponsored by Zydax Custom Gaming PCs. They are all built right here in America with American-based man. Why? Don't really care. Not pertinent to the story. However, at the end of that war,
I'm sure that had something to do with like. No, I'm not even going fucking. I ain't even gonna pretend to know what the fuck that is. I'm pretty sure I do though. It's somewhere in there.
Iran decides, hey, we're going to pull a page out of the old Art of War by Sun Tzu. We're going to cut off the enemy supply lines, deprive the enemy of nice things. It's going to work out great. Iraq's got a weak navy. We're going to wipe out their navy, and then every time they send out an oil tanker through the Persian Gulf, we're gonna blow that up. So they can't sell any liquid dinosaur, they can't make any money, they go broke, we win the war, hooray. It's a solid plan. So they do exactly that. Then Kuwait comes out of left field and they're like, hey, we've been financially backing Iraq through this entire war for the past 7 years. We need to make sure they win so we can get our money back. So we're gonna go ahead and let Iraq use our oil tankers to export oil. So Iran is like, well, that's an easy problem to solve. I'll just blow up all the Kuwaiti oil tankers as well, which is exactly
you want to do
what they
that?
do. But here's the catch. Kuwait at this point in time is like the one major exporter of oil that wasn't really part of OPEC, meaning that they were selling oil on the global market significantly cheaper than everybody else, driving down the entire oil market. And now that their oil tankers are getting blown up as well, it means that Kuwait can no longer sell oil on the cheap, meaning that Iran has now inadvertently committed the cardinal sin of the late 20th century, raising gas prices. Now the entire Western world looks over at the Persian Gulf like, the fuck? The ghost of Sun Tzu.
Here we go, man. Here we go.
You don't do that. You don't do that, man. You don't. Like, people think, say what you will.
Hold on. Say what you will. I'm pretty sure almost every war fought was because of oil. No matter what the fuck anybody says. Like, even if that's not the reason, that's the reason. You feel me? Like, before World War One type shit, they knew that the Middle East had oil. They wanted that shit. Britain, I'm talking to you, Britain.
What you will, right? But you don't fuck with the fuel prices. You don't do that. You don't want that. That is a lot of heat that you don't need. Man.
Yeah.
I love how it says liquid dinosaur.
Well, that's what it is, liquid dinosaur.
I love that. Oh God, I love that.
Yeah.
And yes, guys, this is how fast we all talk.
Yeah,
I know he's coming in.
Ice.
He's coming in hot with what he's saying. But
we coming in hot.
Hey, I like his little quick delivery of, why? Not pertinent. Let's just talk about this. Oh man,
not important.
I love that. The last thing you want is to mess with anyone's oil. You just don't do that.
Especially the biggest consumer of oil, the United States of America.
Yeah, you don't do that, man. You just don't rock that boat. All the boats, they're like, the world's like, all right, whatever.
Hey, don't touch our boats either.
Held in that little place, right? Where there's always whatever conflict. Okay, whatever. But once it starts hurting at the pump, people are looking.
We already hurting at the pump. What the fuck we doing about that shit?
I feel like that's the next part right here.
Who's sitting there shaking his head like that's the one exception. I would have messed with any supply line except for that one because we all know what happens next. Yeah, America then proceeds to assemble the largest naval convoy operation since World War II, send them into the Persian Gulf to protect Kuwaiti oil tankers. It is at this moment that Iran should have been like, well, that's unfortunate, time to figure out plan B because this obviously is not going to work out. However, they decide that they're going to double down. What they're going to do is they're going to take a bunch of magnetic underwater mines and they're just going to spread them out all over the Persian Gulf in international waters, and that's not going to have any consequences at all. So fast forward, April 14th, 1988, the USS Samuel B. Roberts, a guided missile frigate, which is basically brand new at this point. This is like its first big operation, is out there escorting a Kuwaiti oil tanker, and it runs into a minefield, hits a mine, blows up the keel of the ship. The keel is this bottom part right here. It like supports and stabilizes the structure of the entire ship, and it gets blown completely in half. At this point, the only thing holding this boat together is the actual deck. 1 second, everything's fine. The next second, there's a 15-foot wide hole in the bottom of your ship. Everything's on fire and water is rushing in. The USS Samuel B. Roberts took on half of its weight in water in just a minute. This is a catastrophic amount of damage that would sink 99% of ships, but as fate would have it, the crew of the USS Samuel B. Roberts had already been winning competitions for having the best damage control crew in the Navy. So the entire crew gets to work. They're putting out fires, they're plugging holes, holes. They're literally cinching the hole together with steel cables, trying to stabilize it because the only thing holding it together is a deck at this point. Over the course of the next 5 hours, the entire crew fights their ass off and somehow manages to get the situation under control and limp the ship all the way back to Dubai where they can get it to a port. And the most incredible part of all of it, not a single American was killed, only 10 men were injured during the fire and the initial explosion. So, the crew survived, the boat's basically completely destroyed, then America sends in an underwater crew, figure out what happened, they find the remnants of the mine, they check out the other mines, yep, they're Iranian. At this point, now somebody has to inform the president, because this is a big deal, and the president at this point in time is, let me check my notes, Ronald Reagan.
I'm from the government, and I'm here to help.
So they go ahead and they...
All right, guys, that quote right there is out of context. You feel me? Because when you hear that, you think he's saying that. But he doesn't just say that. He walks up to the podium and it's like, these are the worst thing that you can hear from them. He said it. He said, this is the worst thing you can hear. Hi, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. He said that. He said that. Just saying. I just had to point that out.
Brief Ronald Reagan on everything that happened. He's super happy that everybody survived, and he's like, okay, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to issue a proportional response. And what the U.S. Navy heard was... Ice them. All right, so here's the plan. Iran currently has...
Ice them.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
That means...
Oh, damn, dude. Navy's built different, man. They're just built different. Like I said, like you don't. Oh man, I love poking fun at the Navy. I'm Army, Navy. We poke fun, but we're brothers at the end of the day. But man, what, dude? You cinched together a 15-foot hole. What are you made of, bro? Like that's. Oh.
It ain't sugar spice and everything nice.
No, man. Oh no, that's like a. That man, I feel like, hey, one of your mines just punched a hole through a U.S. warship. Like, fuck, like, fuck, yeah. Oh man. Wait, so Ronald Reagan, I was probably in elementary school when this happened.
Damn, you were alive.
Elementary school?
Probably.
This is 88. You were born 87.
87. Oh, never. I
You
was
were
brand
1
new.
year
I was
old.
brand new.
Yeah.
So
I wasn't even an idea.
Good God.
Me neither.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't.
There you go. So okay, maybe that's why I don't know about it. Jesus Christ. That's awesome though.
I haven't
What are
even
the
been
odds?
producing the sack yet.
Like, the one ship that gets the hole punched in it is the one ship that has like the best damage control crew. Like, of course, that's just how it looks awesome for us. Good God.
Yeah.
Man.
My what's getting me is they said we're gonna have a proportional response.
You can't forget, whenever you hear that, you gotta go.
It's not gonna be proportional.
Yes,
you're talking American proportions, because this is an American portion. This is the rest of the world's portion right here.
I'm just like, you don't want to talk to proportions when you talk about the U.S., man.
Hell no.
Oh God, and that's exactly it.
Could have been Pennywise, look.
Yeah,
that's not. We're gonna issue a proportional. Oh. Yeah, that's terrifying. Don't go to proportions. Don't. If it's proportional, you're done. You're done.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Like I said, American proportion.
Yeah.
Rest of the world proportion.
Pretty much in a nutshell.
You're
that's
fucked.
pretty accurate.
Yeah, man. Especially Navy, dude.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I've never been.
Like the Navy is. I think. Now, my numbers may be way off. All right, but I'm not an airman either, guys. I think the second biggest air force in the world is the U.S. Navy.
Yeah.
Oh,
like the first one is the U.S. Air Force. Second largest air force is the Navy.
Makes sense.
You guys, if you don't understand what the fuck he's talking about that, you know, Top Gun, everybody's like, oh, I love the Air Force. That's the fucking Navy, bro. They're on a boat. If they're on a boat, they're Navy. Navy has its own Air Force. You heard? You feel me? If you didn't know, if you don't know, now you know. You feel me? Yeah. So, Top Gun is Navy. It's not Air Force. Just saying, you know.
Makes 100% total sense.
So, yeah, that's insane.
That's insane.
All right,
That
so last
really
thing he
is
said
insane.
is iced, and let's see how.
Proportional.
Yeah.
Proportional.
3 oil rigs in the Persian Gulf that are not being used for drilling oil, but as military bases for their naval operations. So the US Navy is going to go ahead and take out all 3 of those. Now, I don't really know what the guided missile frigate to oil rig exchange ratio is, but we're going to go ahead and err on the side of caution and say that it's not quite proportional enough yet. So Iran also really only has like 2 modern naval vessels. That's the Iranian frigate Sahand and the Iranian frigate Sabatland. They're going to go ahead and take out at least one of those, maybe both. We'll see how.
You got to see it from their point of view as well, okay, guys? They're in conflict with someone else, right? They're blowing up Kuwaiti oil tankers or whatever the fuck. And the United States just was like, hey, I don't like what you're doing. So that's like you getting into a fight with somebody, right? And you over here and you start doing some illegal shit like punching him in the nuts or some shit. And his big brother America comes in and he beats your ass. Like, I'm not talking about like he just knocks you off of him and then that's it. No, he beats your ass. He beats your ass, boy. I'm talking about, oh no. Like you on the ground, you like, stop, stop. And he's beating your ass. He don't give a fuck about none of that shit. That's how that is.
How proportional they want to get. And then by the time they get all that done, that should be a nice 8-hour workday. It'll be time to clock out and go get some ice cream. So in order to get all this done by quitting time, they're going to go ahead and establish 3 different surface attack groups. Each group is going to have 2 destroyers and 1 bonus ship. That bonus ship is either going to be an amphibious landing ship or a frigate. Either way, they're all going to be identified as Bravo, Charlie, and Delta. Bravo group is tasked with taking out 2 oil rigs. Charlie group is tasked with taking out the 1 remaining oil rig. And Delta's mission is to go hunt down those 2 frigates and take them out. And then, just for insurance purposes, we're also going to have the USS Enterprise parked right outside the Persian Gulf to provide air support, in case we need it. So, April 18th, 1988, 4 days after the mining of the USS Samuel B. Roberts, Operation Praying Mantis goes into full swing, and Bravo Group shows up at their oil rig first. At which point, they radio over to the oil rig and inform them that they will be blowing it up in 5 minutes and that they should all leave. So, a bunch of people start leaving. They hop in tugboats and take off. Bravo Group, seeing that they're making an honest effort to actually evacuate, agrees to give them 15 more minutes. So, fast forward 20 minutes later, they send out another radio.
I don't know how accurate this timing is, but he said they're gonna give you 15 more minutes, right? And if you know anything about the United States, is they're gonna do what the fuck they say, right? Now, for the fact that they gave you 5 more minutes than they said they were gonna give you when they came back on to tell you, and then they gave you more time. Come on, bro. Come on. That's like, hey, I give me your shit, or I'm gonna shoot you. But you also have somebody on this side, like, give me your shit, and on this side over here, and right here. So like, yeah, you might get that one person, but you gonna die.
Message, hey, time's up. They then fire the 5-inch guns right over the top of the oil rig with the rounds set to airburst, hopefully scaring off any stragglers. And it is at this point that some Iranian military member decides that he is going to audition to be the main character of this story because he hops on a 23mm anti-aircraft gun and opens fire on Bravo Group. And without skipping a beat, one of the 5-inch guns on one of the destroyers just goes, boom, and just fucking direct hit smokes this dude. Barely touches the rest of the oil rig. This guy, definitely not the main character, but the silver lining, he at least made it into the credits as Baloney Missed Cloud #1. Now, obviously,
like we said, proportional response.
That was a proportional
Baloney Missed Cloud.
#1. #1.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yep. You're not Chuck Norris, bro. You're not
Oh,
John
that's
Wick.
better right there.
Like, get out, man.
You're not even Elf, a buddy from Elf.
No, you're disappeared, bro. You're not even body parts. You're vaporized.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. You're not even an idea anymore.
Holy crap.
I bet that idea fucking comment stemmed from the thought comment whenever they were talking about they were being born. I don't know how accurate I could be when I speak on that, but that shit, I feel like that's where that came from because You're not even an idea in your daddy's nutsack. You know what I'm saying? That's where it could come from.
Shit, bro. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Oh no. Like that's a bad Monday right there. Like everyone that got on the everyone that got on the tugboats, like, Jim, what the fuck are you doing? Get down. Like, no, this is our oil rig. Bro, bad move.
No,
Don't be
Jimmy.
Jim. Get on the tugboat.
Exactly.
And leave. Holy crap, man.
Don't
And
be
by the way,
baloney
for
crystals.
anybody new here, inevitably
be
is going to be
baloney.
new here. Every
Hold
time
on, time out. I gotta say that. Don't be baloney Miss Cloud number 1.
Daniel says something is a Monday, you have to take a drink. You have to finish your drink.
No.
That's the rules around here.
Oh, God.
2024, we got new rules around here.
Yep.
And our content is best enjoyed after some drinks.
100%.
I like
100%. I like this man's deliver, man. Baloney, man. I love that. He auditioned to be a main character. Oh, man. Oh, okay. Glorious.
This guy could make... I'll save that for later.
Glorious.
I'm paraphrasing here, but at this point, Bravo Group radios over to the oil rig one last time, something along the lines of, hey, does anybody else need to find out what it's like to chew 5 gum? Or you fuckers ready to quit? The oil rig finally radios back and is like, yeah, please cease fire. We're gonna leave. So all the Iranian military members leave. Bravo Group decides to open up on it for a little bit with the 5-inch guns before sending over a couple of Hueys full of Marines. The Marines hop out, place some demo charges, hop back on the helicopters, take off. The entire oil rig blows up, and already things are getting more proportional.
Here we go.
Good God, man.
And while all that was happening, Charlie Group made it to their first oil rig as well, and pretty much the exact same thing played out. The only differences were Charlie Group didn't have Marines to place the demo charges, they had Navy SEALs, and when the Iranians opened up with the 23mm anti-aircraft guns, they just decided to keep firing 5-inch shells at the oil platform until it burst into flames and burnt the entire thing to the ground. At which point, the commander of the destroyer kind of looks over at the Navy SEALs and is like, sorry, I guess you guys get to sit this one out.
Mission got canceled? Good.
And while all that's going down, Bravo Group's already making their way over to the third oil rig, at which point they pick up something on radar, and it's definitely another enemy
You know, I've never been in the military or anything, but I'm pretty sure that if a mission gets canceled, it's not like Call of Duty or PUBG when you're gonna be like, damn, why, fuck, why? It's more like, great, that's fucking fantastic. We don't gotta go shoot nobody. I mean, I'm pretty sure you got the couple of hot-headed motherfuckers who's ready for war, like always. Like that's just their only reason for life, which is crazy.
ship headed right towards them. And at this point, you have to remember, this is the late
Open a
1980s.
window,
None of
watch.
the American sailors have seen naval warfare on this scale. The pucker factor is on. They are
Rise
getting
and shine,
harpoon missiles ready,
motherfuckers.
and they are about to get in like one of the biggest naval fights since World War II. At which point, whoever's in charge of Bravo Group decides to take a deep breath, and they're like, okay, let's send up a helicopter real quick just to verify that it's actually an enemy ship. So the helicopter goes up, radios back to Bravo Group. It's definitely a warship, but it's a Soviet destroyer. At which point everybody's like, what? What is happening right now? So they radio over to this Russian destroyer and they're like, what are your intentions? And the Russian commander radios back in broken English. I swear to God, this is a real quote. I'm just here to take pictures for history. Look, I know that I bashed the Soviet Union.
I want to see their pictures.
I'm just here to take pictures.
I love that. Oh man, I got first seat, like first row tickets to this insane shit show. Hell yeah. Let's do this. I love that. I would be dying if I was that admiral. I'd be like, what? Okay, bro, move on. Move on. Oh my God.
What was left of the Soviet Union at that point? It's 1988. They fell at 91, I want to say.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
they're just like, yeah, we don't want no beef. We're just gonna take pictures.
Yeah,
We'll just take pictures.
sure you are.
I know this is like weird or out of context, you know, probably, maybe, but it has to do with war. in the second civil or in Second World War. The Ottomans were in the Second World War. All right, they were around for 1,000 years. These motherfuckers fought ancient empires like the Roman Empire, and it took a fucking baby from the British colonies to rise up and say, "Fuck no, bro, you're gonna get bitch slapped." You know, well, I mean, we probably didn't do a single, directly. We probably didn't even fight them at all. To be honest, let me think. Maybe I don't remember. Anyways, we'll look more into it, but yeah, that's a good idea for some more streams. We could get into that.
God.
For history. Look, I know that I bash on the Soviet Union and communism every single chance I get, but this time around, I gotta give it to them. These guys know how to party. Just straight up rolling into the middle of the largest naval operation since World War II to eat popcorn and watch. It's incredible. At this point, Iran finally figures out that there's something going on, but they don't really know what, so they just begin attacking any ship they can find, and the first ship they found was a civilian cargo ship called the Willie Tide, that they begin attacking with Boghammer-style speedboats. So the Willie Tide radios for help. The USS Enterprise responds by sending up a bunch of A-6 intruders, as well as F-14 Tomcats. The A-6 intruders show up, start dropping cluster bombs, they end up hitting one of the speedboats and scattering the rest. The civilian cargo ship is saved, hooray. Cutting back to Charlie Group, now there's an Iranian fast attack ship coming right at them. So they radio over like, hey, yeah, we're kind of going around blowing up all your stuff, but also we've got a very specific list, you're not on it, so how about you just go away and we'll forget we saw you. The Iranian fast attack ship messages back, sounds good, we'll do that. And then they just keep driving right towards them. And then this Iranian fast attack ship gets within like 15 miles of Charlie Group, which is like point blank range for a naval battle. Charlie Group radios again, dude, what are you doing? To which they respond, I'm following orders. And then they proceeded to lock their radar on Charlie Group, which Charlie Group can see. At which point Charlie Group immediately launches 5 missiles directly at the Iranian vessel. The Iranian vessel fires a harpoon missile back at Charlie Group. Both groups now have missiles in the air screaming towards one another. The Americans launch countermeasures, shooting up chaff rockets that end up catching the harpoon missile, detonating it in midair. The Iranian vessel, on the other hand, did not have any countermeasures capable of stopping the newer technology behind the American missiles, and it would end up getting sunk pretty much immediately. Then, before anybody can really even fully digest what just happened, radar picks up 3 Iranian F-4s screaming towards Charlie Group. Charlie Group then turns, fires a bunch of surface-to-air missiles at the F-4s. The F-4s see them coming, they're like, oh shit, they pop a U-turn and try to outrun them. F-4s, while they are extremely fast, can't outrun missiles, so one of the missiles ends up blowing a wing off one of the F-4s. Now America has taken out an entire naval vessel and an F-4 that they did not plan on taking out, and it's throwing off all of our proportions. And because of that, American leadership orders Bravo Group to stand down, we're not gonna go take out that 3rd oil rig, and right as soon as that order gets given out, Delta Group chimes in and is like, hey, we found that frigate we were looking for. So now nobody knows what to do, because on one hand, things are already getting out of control, but on the other hand, we really want to take out these frigates. So American leadership decides, well, we might not even have to make a hard decision. Maybe that's not even the frigate and the radar's wrong. Why don't you go ahead and send a couple A6 intruders over, do a flyby. They can verify that it's actually...
You can play the A6 on Metal Storm. It's a good-ass game. If you haven't played it, it's not sponsored, by the way. Just saying, you should. I'm pretty good at that. You should totally sponsor me. Shout me out. We gonna kill shit. We kill shit all the time on there. I'll be streaming it, so just so y'all know.
this new modern frigate, and if it is, we'll make a decision from there. Or so they thought, because the A6 pilots are about to decide that they are in fact the main characters of this story. You see, the USS Enterprise and its aircraft aren't really supposed to be doing a whole lot. They're more or less just there for insurance. In fact, they're only allowed to engage the enemy under one of two conditions. One, the President of the United States signs off on it, which is actually what happened with the speedboats earlier, or two, they get fired upon first. So they got told to go fly by this boat to verify that it is in fact the new modern frigate, but They didn't get told how to fly by the boat, so they drop down 50 feet above the water and just gun it, and they buzz the entire ship. So the ship opens fire with its AA guns, but these planes are so low to the water, the AA guns can't actually aim down low enough, so all the anti-aircraft fire goes right over the top of them. They continue to stay low enough till they get out of anti-aircraft gun range, and then they pull up, at which point the ship launches a bunch of surface-to-air missiles at them. They drop chaff as a countermeasure, takes care of those, no big deal. They then go around, do a U-turn, send a radio message to this frigate, "I'm going to sink you now," which they can now legally do, because remember, the ship fired on them first.
Victim to one of the classic blunders.
So the
Oh no, this ain't gonna go good.
So
for
basically, yeah, like,
With
hey,
that
man,
dang, you know?
that's just some like Top Gun shit right there. It's like, bet you can't make them fire at you. Bet you I can. And then they just like, they're like, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. And that's what happens. That's basically what happened.
Man.
Yeah.
Our military's so big that we could just play like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't
Yeah.
playing, you know what I'm saying?
Especially out there in the Navy, in the open water. Oh my God, yeah, you don't.
Yeah, yeah. It's basically a Friday if you are
That's the A6.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
pretty much, man. Pretty much. They knew their assignment.
The A6
They knew the
intruder.
loophole very well.
Yeah, yeah. They live for
God.
that shit.
Oh man.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
A6 fires an anti-ship harpoon missile, and the second they pull the trigger on that, the fire control team from the USS Enterprise is like, "What the fuck are you doing? We're not supposed to be killing things yet." And the A6s are like, "Look, they fired at us first. Them's the rules." And the USS Enterprise is like, "Holy shit, okay, I guess. Let them have it." Then the harpoon missile finally makes impact. It's a bullseye. The A6s do a U-turn, go, drop another 500-pound laser-guided bomb right through the deck of this frigate, fly past it, do another U-turn, come back, drop a 1,000-pound bomb on it. Then they radio over to the Enterprise and like, "Yeah, it's definitely gonna sink. We're gonna head back." So the A6s take off, headed back to the Enterprise, and like 5 minutes later, Delta Group shows up with their warships and begin firing on the already sinking frigate. They hit the magazine, the frigate explodes, rapidly sinks to the ocean floor. At this point, naval leadership is like, "Okay, Jesus Christ, everybody stop killing things. We need to figure out what all happened. We got to keep this proportional. Remember."
No.
Proportional.
Proportional. Fuck, man.
Ain't
No,
nothing
baby.
about this proportional.
Love
no.
Yeah.
Love that, dude. Jesus.
No, ain't
That's
nothing about that.
yeah.
That shit is not proportional.
Oh man.
They said, "Woo,
all
fuck
right.
you. I'm standing on top of your Monopoly board."
So they start radioing back and forth. Everybody's figuring out what
Everybody's
everybody
on top of
did,
that
if
thing.
anybody's hurt, what's going on, the whole
And then,
story. And then
and
as
then-
the A6s are making their way back to the USS Enterprise, guess what they happen to fly past? The other modern frigate. So now the entire US Navy's looking at this last frigate like SpongeBob looking at a jug of water.
I don't need it.
But also, like, realistically speaking, the A6s are pretty much out of ammunition. The only thing they have left are 2,000-pound bombs, and those just aren't going to be enough by themselves without a harpoon missile to take down this ship anyways, so they really are just going to fly by and verify that it's the modern frigate. So the
And I don't think
A6
those are
intruders go
guided by
ahead, they do
anything.
their flyby. It is in fact the new frigate that they thought it was, and it does in fact open fire on the A6s. A6s make it out completely unscathed, at which point they pop a U-turn, and one of the A6 pilots is like,
It's the bullseye womp rats in my T-16 back home.
So the A6 pulls up, gaining altitude, and then dives down, aims its nose right at the frigate at like a 35-degree angle. They're doing a good old-fashioned dive bombing run like it's fucking World War II. The AA guns start firing, there's bullets whizzing past the plane, but they're committed now. They're closing in, closing in. The bombardier behind the pilot lets the pilot know, "Hey, I'm locked on." At which point, bombs away, the pilot pulls up, and the bomb goes right down the fucking smokestack of this boat. Blows up, completely destroying the entire engine room. That frigate is now dead in the water with no power. The A6s go ahead and radio in that they have completely disabled this frigate, at which point the American leadership calls a complete ceasefire. They're going to go ahead and let that frigate survive, get towed off, potentially be repaired. With the U.S. Navy...
Potentially be repaired?
Potentially. Potentially. Why not?
Everybody caught it.
It could always be potentially.
Everybody
if it's not
caught
resting
that
on
word.
the bottom of the ocean floor, I guess.
Potentially.
Shoot.
Potentially.
Wow.
Having effectively disabled or destroyed over half of Iran's functioning navy, the US military decides to call it a good day, ends Operation Praying Mantis, we all get to live happily ever after. Except, later that night, Iran decided that they wanted to fight a little bit more, and they launched a bunch of Silkworm anti-ship missiles at American vessels. Luckily, no American vessels were actually hit. However, this is now a huge political problem because America has been mad at the fact that Iran even had Silkworm missiles for years at this point.
Long story short, nothing happened. They were like, hey, none of this shit happened. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? They took them to international court just to try to tell them that there was a war crime. But you know what they say? It's never a war crime the first time. Loophole. Loophole. That's what happened. Alright, let's look for something else. What the fuck is this? She's cool. I don't want to see none of that shit. No takes. No thank you. No takes. No takes. What? What the heck? Ooh, I see that fucking title almost everywhere. Well, not that exact title, but you know. It's over for them. It's over for them. Whatever, bro. It's over when it's over. Saving Private Ryan. What do you want to watch? Show and watch. So something cool. No. What the fuck? That's weird. That's weird. Oh damn, she fine. Who's that? This was good. I saw that yesterday. Ooh, we're gonna learn some history, y'all.
In November 1095, at the Council of Clermont in France, Pope Urban issued his famous call to arms, urging Christians to take up the cross and embark on a holy war to reclaim Jerusalem and other sacred lands from Muslim control.
You hear that, y'all? It was under Muslim control right there, y'all. Alright, it was under Muslim control right there, y'all. And if you fucking go back into history, you see that there was a lot of fighting over that area. You know what I'm saying? It goes back. That's like, why are we even fighting anymore? Ain't nobody even know why we fighting. Everybody knows why.
In the 11th century, a new and powerful force, the Seljuk Turks, emerged within the Islamic world. Originally nomadic tribes from Central Asia, they converted to Islam and, after a series of military victories, established themselves as the dominant power in the Middle East. By the late 11th century, the Seljuk Turks had expanded their empire westward, capturing Baghdad in 1055 and taking control of large parts of the Byzantine Empire after their victory at the Battle of Manzikert in 1071. Due to this, Emperor Alexios of Constantinople was forced to seek help from the West. Europe answered, and one of the largest armies of the time gathered.
Which one is this? The first crusade? I don't think they were successful, were they?
This army was 70,000 men strong and consisted of knights and soldiers from all over Europe. The crusade was led by some of the most powerful nobles of France, many of whom left everything behind including two of France's most important leaders at the time, Adhemar of Le Puy and Raymond IV, Count of Toulouse. The armies arrived in Constantinople with little food and expected provisions and help from Alexios. The Crusaders may have expected Alexios to become their leader, but he had no interest in joining them and was mainly concerned with transporting them into Asia as quickly as possible. In return for food and supplies, Alexios requested the leaders to swear fealty to him and promised to return to the Byzantine Empire any land recovered from the Turks. Godfrey was the first to take the oath, and almost all the other leaders followed him. Before ensuring that the various armies were shuttled across the Bosporus, Alexios advised the leaders on how best to deal with the Seljuk armies that they would soon encounter. The Crusader army crossed into Asia in the first half of 1097.
Can you imagine some shit like that now? Come on, just like think about it right here. Look. Look me in my eyes right now. Look. Did you see that line that they were in?
Their first target.
That's like the death row when fucking Ukraine and Russia started. And then Russia found out how fucked up and corrupt its own military was because all their fucking shit didn't work. That's embarrassing right there. But it happens. It happens. All that tells me is that they're not as strict on keeping everything tight as everyone says they are. Because how the fuck did that go unnoticed? Not one person is just supposed to check that. A lot of people should be checking it.
Was Nicaea. This was a city once under Byzantine rule, but had become the capital of the Seljuk Sultanate. Upon the Crusaders' arrival on the 14th of May, 1097, the city was subjected to siege. Kilij Arslan, the Sultan of the Seljuks, soon found out and gathered an army to lift the siege. On the 16th of May, his force attacked the Crusader army.
They run up on them first. He said, what's good? What's good with it? Ooh! Oh my goodness. I know this is just like fucking a simulation or whatever. But can you imagine that, bro? Just like, I think you've seen it on 300 on the movie. Whenever the sky just darkens with all the arrows fucking coming from everywhere. Bro, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. Cause nowadays it's real easy. Cause you ain't gonna see it coming. You just gonna blah, 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 and dead. Or you blow up. Or those are missiles. Ooh, let's go. Man, they got fucked up. Damn! This is fucking awesome. Is this all the way up?
He was driven back by the unexpectedly large Crusader force, with heavy losses being suffered on both sides in the ensuing battle.
Fucking bet. That motherfucker running with arrows. Oh man.
The The siege continued, and the Turkish garrison finally surrendered on the 18th of June. There was some discontent amongst the Franks, who were forbidden from looting the city. This was ameliorated by Alexius financially rewarding the Crusaders.
No looting the city, y'all. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy, bro. I mean, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. When it comes to people killing people and which religion they were when they murdered the whole city, and which other religion was like, nah, we won't kill any of you people if you surrender. If you know, you know. If you don't know, then go find out.
At the end of June, the Crusaders marched on through Anatolia. They were accompanied by some Byzantine troops under Tatikios, and they still harbored.
Just so y'all know, Byzantine, whatever the fuck, that's not a real name. That is not a real name. That is some shit that these fucking historians made up, because that's the Roman Empire, y'all. That's the OG Roman Empire. And then it split into two because it was so big. Then you had the Romans over here and the Romans over here. But what people don't know is that the Byzantine or whatever the fuck, that's the OG Rome. Because before Rome split, the capital of Rome moved over here to this side. You feel me? I don't know which one. I think it was Constantinople, if I'm not wrong. And might be wrong when it comes to that shit. But it moved to this side. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it was a different spot. I don't know. But that's the OG Rome right there. OG Romans. So take it as you want, because after the Roman Empire collapsed or whatever, it split into two. You had the fucking big side over here and the big side over here.
The hope that Alexios would send a full Byzantine army to support them. They also divided the army into two more easily managed groups, one contingent led by the Normans and the other by the French. The two groups intended to meet again at Dorylaeum, but on the 1st of July, the Normans who had marched ahead of the French were attacked by Kili Arslan. The Normans deployed in a tight-knit defensive formation, surrounding all their equipment and the non-combatants who had followed them along the journey, and sent for help from the other group. With his army of horse archers, Arslan began surrounding the Crusader position.
Heels up.
The Crusaders were constantly harassed by horse archers.
Harassed? What you mean?
Soon after, the French arrived.
French. Of course France is involved. When is France not fucking involved?
The Turks, who had expected to destroy the Normans and did not anticipate the quick arrival of the French, fled rather than face the combined Crusader army.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. Regroup. Let's go.
From then on, the Crusaders' march through Anatolia was...
I wonder what that sounded like. Like, I'm pretty sure it's fucking insane, bro. You got 70,000 motherfuckers just walking in sync, bro. The doom, 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 doom. And the ones that ain't in sync, it's just like a whole bunch of steps. Like, could you hear that? Like, is it that loud?
Unopposed, but the journey was unpleasant, as Arslan had burned and destroyed everything he left behind in his army's flight. It was the middle of summer, and the Crusaders had very little food and water. Many men and horses died. The Crusaders looted and pillaged whenever the opportunity presented itself.
Of course you did.
individual leaders
Hey,
continued.
bro, but you can't get mad at them, bro. That's a different time, bro. Like they fucking pillaged the city, right? After they won the battle. Okay, that's no different than people attacking people on the street and you rioting and shit, but there ain't no war going on. You're over the same fucking people that's gonna be like, that's wrong. That's wrong. I know. Duh.
To dispute the overall leadership, although none of them were powerful enough to take command on their own. The Crusader army had marched on to Antioch, situated midway between Constantinople and Jerusalem. Antioch was extensive and heavily fortified. The idea of taking the city by assault was a discouraging one to the Crusaders, and so the Crusader army began a siege on the 20th of October, 1097.
Guys, you have to remember that the Crusades were to take Jerusalem back. That's the sole purpose. This is all revolved around Israel, bro. And all that area right there. All that area right there. Always.
Antioch was so large that the Crusaders did not have enough troops to fully surround it, and as a result, it was able to stay partially supplied. By January, the attritional 8-month siege led to hundreds, or possibly thousands, of Crusaders dying of starvation. In March, a small English fleet arrived with supplies, along with renewed foraging systems, and this eased the situation. Meanwhile, Kerboga, who was a Seljuk Turk commander, raised a coalition from southern Syria, northern Iraq and Anatolia with the ambition of extending his power from Syria to the Mediterranean. Back at Antioch, Bohemond persuaded the other Crusader leaders that, if Antioch fell, he would keep it for himself, and that an Armenian commander of a section of the city's walls had agreed to allow the Crusaders to enter. The Armenian Firuz helped Bohemond, and a small party entered the city on the 2nd of June and opened a gate, at which point horns were sounded.
You know, I've always said this, and I always will say this, even though that life sucks and it really sucks being by yourself. I would love to be that person to like document all of history, millions and millions of years of it. That'd be fucking cool. If this happens, I'm technically somewhere in the world right now, just fucking, or fucking, however the fuck is going down. However the fuck I'm writing all this shit down. That'd be crazy, bro, because you'd never lose anything, you know? You never lose nothing because it's all there from an outside point of view.
The city's Christian majority opened the other gates, and the Crusaders entered. In the sack, they killed most of the Muslim inhabitants and many Christian Greeks, Syrians and Armenians in the confusion.
Oh, what is this thing? Oh my goodness. That is awesome.
One month later, the vanguard of Kerboga's 40,000-strong army arrived
I don't think it
and
was that easy
surrounded
to
the
cut a head
Franks.
off, bro.
From the 10th of June for 4 days, waves of Kerboga's men attacked the city walls from dawn until dusk.
So they're trying to what? They're trying to get it back. They're trying to get the city back.
Having limited success, Kaboga then changed tactics to try to starve the Crusaders out. Morale inside the city was low, and defeat looked imminent. The Franks sought terms for surrender that were refused. On the 28th of June, 1098 at dawn, the Franks marched out of the city in 4 battle groups to engage the enemy. The discipline of the Muslim army did not hold, and a disorderly attack was launched.
This is real battle right here, y'all. None of that killing your opponent from 100 miles that way type shit. No. This is how main battles should be fought. This is how it should be fought. Out of respect, out of, you know, equal footing type shit. Nobody has a secret fucking explosive that's gonna make you fucking incinerate. Ow! Okay, I'm sorry.
With very few casualties, the Muslim army broke and fled the battle.
Oh man.
Following the battle, Bohemond asserted his claim to Antioch, but not everyone agreed, so the crusade was delayed for the rest of the year while the nobles argued amongst themselves. During this time, a plague broke out, killing many in the army. There were now even fewer horses than before, and worse, the Muslim peasants in the area refused to supply the Crusaders with food. At the same time, the minor knights and soldiers had become increasingly restless and threatened to continue to Jerusalem without their squabbling leaders. Finally, at the beginning of 1099, the march
This is probably why they failed.
restarted, leaving Bohemond behind as the first prince of Antioch. Proceeding down the Mediterranean coast, the Crusaders encountered little resistance, as local rulers preferred to make peace with them and furnish them with supplies rather than fight. The Crusader forces began to grow, with Robert Curthose and Tancred agreeing to become vassals. The Crusaders then initiated a siege of Acre, a city in northern Lebanon, on the 14th of February, 1099. During the siege, the situation was tense among the military leaders. There had been...
Alright guys, northern Lebanon, alright? So you gotta remember, I'm gonna do it from your point of view. Y'all can see me right here, right? I don't know if this flips or not. Jerusalem's right here. Lebanon's right here. You got Syria right here. Alright? You got Turkey right here. You got Constantinople like up here. Alright? So the motherfucker said they're gonna run up on Jerusalem. Try me. Test me on that one. When it comes to maps, I'm fucking great at that shit.
No real leader of the crusade, and this led to struggles for power. The siege of Acre lasted until the 13th of May, when the Crusaders left, having captured nothing. At Jerusalem, the Fatimids had recaptured Jerusalem from the Seljuks and attempted to make a deal with the Crusaders, promising freedom of passage to any pilgrims to the Holy Land on the condition that the Crusaders not advance into their domains. But this was rejected. The Fatimid Iftikhar al-Dawla was governor of Jerusalem and well aware of the Crusaders' intentions, so he expelled all of Jerusalem's Christian inhabitants. On the 7th of June, the Crusaders reached Jerusalem. Many Crusaders wept upon seeing the city they had journeyed so long to reach. The Crusaders' arrival.
Here's the crazy thing about this, bro. Both sides think they're right. Both sides think they're fucking correct. That's why it's so, emotional for both sides, bro. It's like, oh, they're trying to take my land that God has promised me. And the other side is like, I'm trying to reclaim my land that God has promised me. You know what I mean? Not knowing it's for both of you.
That Jerusalem revealed an arid countryside, lacking in water or food supplies. Here there was no prospect of relief. By the time the Crusader army reached Jerusalem, it had been estimated that only about 12,000 men, including 1,500 cavalry, remained. There was no hope of trying to blockade the city. By the time the Crusader army reached Jerusalem, it had been estimated that only about 12,000 men, including 1,500 cavalry, remained. There was no hope of trying to blockade the city as they had at Antioch. The Crusaders had insufficient troops, supplies, and time.
Bro, how do you pull up with 70,000 people and only have, what did he say? 12,000 left? Ain't no way. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way, bro. How many battles were there? There's not that many. I mean, there was a lot, but how big were these battles and how much losses did you take? And how many people deserted? Because not everybody fucking fought to the death.
Instead, they resolved to take the city by assault. While Godfrey and Tancred made camp to the north of the city, Raymond made his to the south. On the 13th of June, the Crusaders began the first assault.
I don't know none of these.
During this first assault, many Crusaders did not take part due to the divisions in leadership.
Ooh. Ooh. See, that's so smart, bro. You have a line of motherfuckers ready to throw their shit, and that's gonna come in a womb. So it's like there's always one coming out of that bitch.
The Crusaders managed to reach the walls with ladders, and a battle began for the walls.
You know how many people are probably piled up at the bottom of those ladders trying to get up that ladder? That's a Russian meat grinder if you ask me.
The men who had climbed the walls were killed. Seeing this, the rest of the Crusaders who partook in the first assault retreated.
Those are the Crusaders?
After the killed, seeing this, the rest of the Crusaders who partook in the first assault retreated.
They don't look like Crusaders.
Killed. Seeing this, the rest of the Crusaders who partook in the first assault retreated.
Everybody went up the stairs, dead. Everybody that's below the stairs, dead.
After the failure of the initial assault, a meeting between the various leaders was organized, and it was agreed that a more concentrated attack.
Come on, getting shot with an arrow still counts as getting shot. You know what I'm saying? Just nowadays, you gotta phrase it. You're like, yeah, I got shot. Back then, you're like, oh shit, he got shot with an arrow. Duh. No, now you gotta be like, I got shot with a fucking arrow, bruh. It hurt.
Would be required in the future.
Playing arrow roulette.
On the 17th of June, a party of Genoese mariners under Guglielmo Embriaco arrived and provided the Crusaders with skilled engineers, and perhaps more critically, supplies of timber to build siege engines. News arrived shortly after that a Fatimid relief army had set off from Egypt, giving the Crusaders a very strong incentive to make another assault on the city. The final assault on Jerusalem began soon after this information reached the Crusaders. A final push was launched at both ends of the city. Raymond's troops attacked the south gate, while the other contingents attacked the northern wall. On the northern side, the Crusaders scaled the walls and began to capture them.
Concentrate fire on the stairs.
The speed at which the Crusaders reached the walls caused a panic, and the defenders soon abandoned the walls, allowing the Crusaders to enter the city. After the successful assault on the northern wall, the defenders fled to the Temple Mount, pursued by Tancred and his men. The defenders formed up around the temple and mounted their last stand.
Remember the Alamo. Damn. That must suck.
When the city defenses dwindled, the Crusaders stormed through the city and massacred the inhabitants. With the Crusaders now in the city, Raymond and his men marched into the city. Iftikhar al-Dawla, the commander of the garrison, struck a deal with Raymond, surrendering the citadel in return for being granted safe passage to Ascalon. The slaughter continued for the rest of the day. Muslims were indiscriminately killed, and the Jewish people who had taken refuge in their synagogue died when it was burnt down by the Crusaders. Jerusalem had fallen.
Dang.
On the 22nd of July, a council was held in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre to establish governance for Jerusalem. Godfrey was then elected leader, accepting the title Advocatus Sancti Sepulchri, or Defender of the Holy Sepulchre. The majority of Crusaders now considered their pilgrimage complete and returned home. Only 300 knights and 2,000 infantry remained to defend the city.
They're gonna die, bro.
There were many who had gone home before reaching Jerusalem, and many who had never left Europe at all. When the success of the crusade became known, these people were mocked and scorned by their families and threatened with excommunication by the Pope.
Damn.
Back at home in Western Europe, those who had survived to reach Jerusalem were treated as heroes. The First Crusade had a profound and lasting impact on both Europe and the Near East. It marked the beginning of a series of military campaigns that would continue for centuries, as Europeans sought to maintain control of the Holy Land and expand their influence in the Mediterranean. The Crusades also played a key role in shaping European identity, reinforcing the concept of Christendom and deepening the divide between Christianity and Islam.
That was cool, y'all.
The day is the 23rd of June.
I like that. Excuse me. Hold on. I gotta check something. Yeah. Drinking water is awesome. Let's watch a food challenge, yo. First one that pops up. Let that come out. Man, you know I gotta watch some KSI. Damn.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy KSI. Try not to laugh. $300. Well, £300, but $300. That's what the title says. We're up to date. I got a couple emails of people claiming the code, so.
300 pounds. That's essentially you getting more for your dollar. Right? Crazy.
We know it works. This time I had one guy being like, oh my god, I can't believe this worked. Dumb KSI. Very, very funny. But anyway, we got a new batch. Apparently this is very good. We'll see. I will be the judge. No laughing. I'm ready. Let's do this.
Hey, do you mind emailing me those records that we made?
Yeah, I'm finna send it to you right now.
Finna? Oh, I did not know we hired a little monkey nigger.
Oh, what?
The only thing you finna do is drag them knuckles to my office and submit your resignation letter. That is, if you can even read, monkey baboon.
That's fucking racist.
Wow, we starting off like that.
Yeah.
Okay, we starting off like that. Crazy. Okay. How's this going down?
Yeah, I see it too. I just forget mine to go home.
Oh, that's all right. I'm just checking because I've got one.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But some people park here where they don't have a sticker. It makes me angry.
Yeah, I can't talk. I'm sorry.
That's okay, sweetheart. No worries.
I'm not laughing.
All going to hell, man. Some of you after that, going to hell. That is great.
Hey man, I'll suck your dick for $5.
Jesus Christ, no way, dude.
Hey man, I'll suck your dick for $5.
What?
Suck your dick for $5.
Fuck no, bro. What's wrong with you, bro? Go get a fucking job. Like, the fuck are you?
Excuse me, sir. Did you just offer to suck his dick for $5?
I did.
And you're out here insulting this man who's trying to work and trying to better his life? Shame on you, sir. $5 is an excellent deal. You know what? I'll take you up on that offer. $5 for a good dick sucking? I'll take it.
Wait, sir. I don't actually want to suck your dick. I'm actually a successful businessman, and the first person to be kind to me today is gonna get 10 million yen.
Oh my God! Wow! This money could have been yours if you only let the homeless man stuck your dick behind this trap. That's being conservative, loser.
Oh, shucks. I really should have let this homeless man suck my dick.
I'm sorry. That was just so ass. I should have laughed at that. There was something about it that was kind of funny.
I didn't laugh.
Fair play. Enjoy.
Girl said, men twerk when they do missionary? Let me see, son.
Hey, Santi, get up real quick. Let me.
Oh,
hell no.
Saying that out loud. I just
People
thought
think
that.
that I see things.
Yeah, what do you see?
Dude, Letterboxd.
Like, do you see?
Like, I'm a Criterion Collection movie guy. You know what I mean? No.
We are IMAX and you're...
I'm trying to.
Yeah,
like,
you're not IMAX, dude. You're not IMAX. Dude, you don't see IMAX.
That's good.
Nah, they look back as well. Bro's trying to not laugh. Oh my God. Oh no, he knows he's disappearing, man. All of a sudden, they got one less member, man.
So yeah, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, you ever find yourself being canceled with something you said?
Nah, man, get this Bugs Bunny looking ass out of my face, bro. Get this Looney Tune nigga out my face. I already know I'm cooking them. Let me see this shit. How many more weeks to winter? Oh my lord. I don't trust you around wood. I know Corn on the Cob hate to see you. Nah, that is just build my damn, bro. Oh lord, my chest. Oh, nah, scroll down. I need to see more. What up, twin? Oh my.
Ah, look at the picture.
Put the goddamn camera, man. Comments ain't even listening. I don't know what this nigga's saying. Oh man, I hope this guy can take a joke though. Damn, bro. Alright, that counts as well.
Not when you're the joke.
We'll place it there. That's $600. Hi, let me write this down.
My grandpa and my grandma on my mom's side, they made a pact. Yeah. Okay. That whoever dies first, the other person has to follow straight after, so that they can go together.
Huh?
But we didn't know this. Yeah. So then my grandma, she passed away, and it was really sad. And then my grandpa, the same day, yeah, well, in the morning, all of a sudden everyone was chilling. Tell me why this 80-something-year-old started speeding, running into the wall, so he can crash into the wall and die and follow my grandma.
That's fucked up. It's the way she said it.
I'm laughing a little bit too hard at that, actually.
You know what?
And when I say I want love, that is what I'm talking about.
Nah, the way I'm imagining this old dude just doing this. I need to try harder. It wasn't hard enough. Alright, that counts as 3, man. Talking about death, I think I'm gonna do something for my will. Hear me out. If I die, I'm gonna give percentages to certain people. But in order for them to unlock those percentages of like my wealth, they have to film themselves reach the top of Mount Everest. If they do not do that, they will not receive my inheritance. I think that's a good deal. That is what I'm gonna do. So when I have kids, you know, family members, yeah, I die, I'm out. If you want a percentage, you gonna have to do a madness. And I want to see you film yourself from the bottom to the top. Yeah, crazy. I'm a psycho. Even from the grave.
People should do this before he dies, and then be like, "Look, I'll show you." So when you die,
I'm making content. Yeah. All right, let's continue.
I took some tomatoes from your garden last night, and I'm sorry. I wanted to pay you back.
Oh, ain't no need for that. Come on inside. We'll make something real nice for us to eat. We gonna make us something good out these eggs.
I'm not hungry.
Well, you look hungry.
If I tell people I'm hungry, I'll get in trouble.
Well, you don't have to tell me you're hungry. Just tell me how much you like the biscuits.
You're the nicest nigger I ever...
Huh? What? What? No, what ain't... Bro, I can't believe a parent has just gone, yeah, I'm gonna put my kid in this role and this will be fine. That is mental. Wow. Okay.
And just sound?
Oh. Nah. Nah.
Comments, bro.
Of course, the interviewer is black as well. Oh man, this settle. Go with glasses 1. Oh my god. Even the real one is. Oh my god. Oh. God!
Damn.
Make so come.
So you're here for an extraction consultation?
Reclining back as far as you can go.
Now, you said you got this in October. Let me ask you this.
Excuse me.
I don't remember.
Raise over to the ceiling.
The doctor will look at, how long was it before you saw the doctor?
Bro, levitating, man. Levitating in the air, bro. I'm just thinking about the SpongeBob meme, you know, when he's got headphones in. That's him right now, man. I made myself laugh. It don't count. Sharp.
Don't stop.
But it was swollen. It was swollen for
Can't keep it together.
No, he's holding on. No.
That's a lawsuit.
Bro, look at the grip. Look at the grip. No, all right, that counts. That counts. Enjoy it. That's a laugh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy.
We're definitely gonna be able to fix it. If you want to do it today? I'm gonna get him right now. Give me 1 second. I'm getting it right now.
Bro.
Look at these guys.
Bro. He's still upside down.
And if you could choose to be born in your own body, but with the mind of Stephen Hawking, or be born in the body of Stephen Hawking, but with your own mind, what would you choose?
Oh my god. I mean, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah, just go. Just go. Just go. It's all right.
I didn't laugh, but I'm gonna just put a code because that was outrageous for me. I'm so sorry.
So let's start with your first name. It's just Jack.
All right. How do you spell that?
Just sort of the basic. J-A-C-K.
Oh, I can't hear you when you do that. Can you do it phonetically?
Okay.
What does that mean?
So J for Jack.
Well, how do you spell that?
J for jiggly.
Jiggly. Oh.
Yeah. A for
alpha.
Hole.
Okay, so it's the H?
No, forget the H. Just do the arse part.
A.
Yeah. C for cockerel, like the big chicken.
Oh right.
And K for special K.
So SK.
No, not forget the special, just the K. Yeah.
So Jack.
That's it. Yeah, Jack. Yeah, okay. That's what I said in the beginning.
That's not funny at all.
Surname? Oh fuck.
I'm doing 18 kilometers over the speed limit. Have you got your license, please?
Listen.
Thank
I
you.
can translate.
Excellent, that would be good.
Yeah.
So this comes from Southport Police. We pulled you over for random breath test and you're also doing 18 kilometers over speed limit.
Okay.
You can translate if you want. Far
Yeah.
away.
Hey, bar. Hey. Sorry? Too fast.
Oh, you
Too
don't
fast.
speak?
Nah.
No. That's
I laugh because he laughed.
That was very funny. Hey, brother. Too fast. Thank you. I understand now.
I announced that I'm going to be crowd surfing at one city on the tour. I don't know what city it is. It's just going to speak to me in the moment.
I got to be honest.
I don't know. Why is he laughing? I'm not too sure what. I said that's funny.
Well,
no, I was just. What's funny? No.
I do think I am curious to how the mechanics are going to work.
Of what?
On you surfing in a crowd.
Yeah, man. I mean, shit. My fans are going to hold me up as I dive into the crowd.
And you're going to jump from the stage.
So who are your fans? Triple H, The Rock,
bodybuilders.
Listen, my fans,
a 12-year-old skinny kid.
It's kind of like when a mom can move a car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's that
Yeah.
Listen, my fans, I don't have
Exactly like
bitch ass fans, bro.
Okay.
My fans are like really strong minded, and so I feel like
Strong-minded, yeah. Yeah, okay, man. Strong mind will help them out with your size. Interesting. Interesting. That counts as another laugh.
Did this happen? Did this really happen? Because if it did, I'd like to see that.
Alright, you know what? Funny batch. Lost 7 times there. How much is
Uh-huh.
that? Oh, that's 2,100. Okay. Alright. Next video, I need to laugh half that, which is 3.5. Don't know how that's gonna work, but thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in a bit. Take care and peace.
I didn't go to college right after high
That
school,
was
and now I have this
fucking
fantastic.
Alright. We're supposed to watch a food challenge now, right? Let's watch a food challenge. Let's see. That's not a food challenge. Nah, I don't feel like learning nothing right now. I want to see someone eat a whole bunch of meat. Oh, that's pretty good. You see the mom got a freezer and all that. They weren't successful because they got wiped out before they got there. No. Come on, I want to see a food challenge. Fuck. Head hurt. That'd be great. Uh, food competition? I don't know if I want to see a food competition, but she's gonna dominate. There's no way she's not gonna dominate. She wins everything. She's awesome. Damn. She's pretty.
And there's some tater tots. Wow. Just massive
And if
tray
you
of tater
don't know,
tots. Okay.
this girl right here can eat. Wow.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
God.
All right.
Damn, she's just grabbing them.
We've done quite a few of these before. We've never done tater tots. We got some veterans here. Alex has been with us many times. Reina, Mata. Jimmy's over there crushing it already.
Yeah, she's gonna fuck that shit up, boy.
All
Look
right,
at her.
we're only 30 seconds in. 30 seconds in. Make sure you're cheering these people on. If you know one of these people, they need all the encouragement they can. They got a long way to go. 10 minutes is a long time. All right,
Damn, boy.
first prize, $1,000 cash.
No.
Hey there. Welcome to Train Station 2. This is the perfect game for anyone looking to...
Second prize is a Topanga Social $100 gift card. Third prize is a $75 gift card.
$1,000 for 75 bucks. And it's a gift card. Not even money. She's gonna
There's
win,
a lot
bro.
of different styles here.
She's fucking bomb, bro. That looks nasty. Hey, you gotta get that rack, bro.
Reina's coming up on that first tray. First tray's down.
You see that dude's reaction?
That's 2 pounds.
2 pounds. She could probably eat like 2 pounds. She could probably eat like 6 trays, bro. I'm not even capping.
All right, that's 2 minutes in. That's 2 minutes in.
You see that dude in the back? Yeah. He's like, damn.
Tequila will have a bar out there.
Bro,
Alex?
she's dominating. These two dudes on this side couldn't even finish that one.
All right, Mama's on his second tray.
And Raina's almost eating her potato pile. And bro, slowing down. With the glasses. What running? Is it gonna get you another? Homie gave up. He said, fuck that. She won. Come on, let's get to the part where she wins.
In second place,
Oh, he's third?
Jimmy.
Who's that?
We just call first place Raina place. And in first place,
Raina.
with right about 3.5 pounds of tater tots, Raina.
Of course it is. He's a boss.
Let's give everybody a big round of applause. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much.
The best hot chocolate in the world deserves the best marshmallows in the world. Warning, there is a high chance that after making this recipe, you could turn into a trad wife. So proceed with caution. First,
Nope. I'll take warning. We out. We out here, buddy. Oh, I'm hungry now. Interesting. No. No. There's no way. I already seen that one. Just Phantom. It was not. Oh, that's cool. What the fuck? I ain't never seen this before.
With Fargo, your virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, you can access your FICO score in a snap.
What I
We
would
just
give to
chilling,
be able
y'all.
to make art on this scale.
We just chilling. If y'all here with me, glad y'all here. If y'all not, She looks badass already. I don't like my face on that phone. On this one. I don't like this. Crashing that.
Is everything set?
Yes. The buyer will meet us at the agreed location at the set time.
Who is he? The only name we know is Shadow.
Ah, is that Ray? No, that's not Ray.
In here.
It's Ray. I want to see Ray. They got the Glocky.
I've heard the stories about Shadow.
From who?
Those are just rumors.
Of course, being a
And that's why they call him Shadow. Because he's always lurking behind you.
Stop with this talk. He's agreed to our price.
I didn't see that coming.
You must be so tense.
And that's why they call him
Hold on.
Motherfucker! That's a hot fucking rock! And that's why they call him Shadow.
Bro,
Because he's
he's
always
good.
lurking behind you.
Stop with this
Look,
talk.
bro.
He's agreed to our price. We'll see if the Shadow means business.
You must be so tense. What do you do for a living?
I'm a rapper.
Really? Who?
Lil Yachty.
Oh my God! You little Yachty? I love little Yachty. Turkey got me stuck like hosta.
2:13. We should be here by now.
Maybe you forgot. We could leave now.
Wait.
Shadow.
Ray. Oh, he was fucking lit.
Don't move, motherfucker.
That bitch
Didn't I
sound
tell you to stop
plastic.
moving, nigga? Didn't I tell you to stop moving? Oh, don't worry. This right here, this is a rapper thing. We all got these. Now, I know you don't have this in China. Or that.
你就是你？对，就是我。那些关于你的故事都是真的吗？我到这不是讲故事的。
I think I've seen him before.
Ray.
Everyone who's met him is now dead.
Alright, were you meeting him?
Did you bring up money?
He's inside.
I'll see it.
One of you come, whoever in charge.
Alright, Ray. I'll see you with your.
You never guess who I met at job. Yes, come.
What's gonna happen, bro? Why is she looking at him like that? Where are your clothes at?
Looks good. Now.
Oh!
I'll come with us and I take you to the product.
Well.
Put your motherfucking hands up.
This is what a robbery looks like in America.
A robbery? Oh, why? Because I'm a black man sticking you up?
Yes, like Boys in the Hood.
Oh, shit, I know you ain't just say that. Bitch, you talking to the motherfucking police.
Okay, policeman. She got her hand in her motherfucking pocket, bro. If this was... Keep your hands out your pocket, bro. She could have a pocket rocket in that bitch and just blow through the fucking pocket.
This is what your uniform looks like?
Look,
a robbery?
Look.
Oh, why? Because I'm a black man sticking you up?
Yes.
Look. As soon as she would have put her hand in her...
Put your motherfucking hands up.
This is what a robbery looks like in America.
A robbery? Oh, why? Because I'm a black man sticking you up?
Yes, like Boys in the Hood.
Oh,
Boom.
shit, I know you ain't just say that.
Boom.
Bitch, you talking
Don't
to the
put your hands back
motherfucking
in your
police.
pocket.
This is what your uniform looks like?
Put the gun down.
Who the fuck is you?
I'm Taiwanese secret police. She must suspect.
No, I know who you are. You June and you Ching.
I'm not Zhao. I'm Rob. Zhao is outside. If we can.
Well, bring him in here. Since we having a party.
I do know him. That side. We used to ride horses together back in Taiwan.
You ride horses?
That doesn't matter. That side, not Shadow. Motherfucker.
She in my
Bro,
city,
they're
so
fucking pipe sound.
You've been crying my country, so you come
Take
with
his
me.
shit.
Oh, hello.
No.
Oh, hell no.
You freak ass nigga.
I need my money back.
Fuck out of here. No. Oh, shit.
That dude's chillin'.
We let her get away.
No, I didn't. You did.
I had her cornered.
You could never call her. She's a fucking Jackie Chan. She'll kill you with a pinky.
She come up in the A. I got home for that advantage. Now put the gun down.
You first.
Nigga. 1, 2, 3. First one to catch, you get to bring in. Capiche?
What capiche?
Nor depart from. A perception of yours. And yours only.
What is this? Game? Oh, hell no. That was crazy.
I've never seen a dancing.
Oh.
God damn! Oh, shit!
What's going on here?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, ladies, how you doing? Oh, I need your gram. Oh, my gosh. Holy crap. Oh, my. What? You scared of girls? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Hold on. I'll be right back, all right? I'll be right back.
We should work together. Two is better than one.
I'm not the one who need a wingman. Besides, I want to work with you anyways. You don't have no wrist.
I have so much wrist.
Oh, really, Yachty? Ah!
Ain't no way you get bitches.
I fuck her all the time.
Go fuck her somewhere else before I take you and interfere with official police business.
I have wrist.
Your choice.
You fucking shit, electrocute him with a
I fuck her all the time.
Go fuck her somewhere else before I take you and interfere with official police business.
I have wrist.
Your choice.
I have wrist.
Castle Tune Shop on 34. Get there now, Sabi.
Hey, I need the most serious outfit y'all got.
Oh, nah.
Is he naked?
Bro, if you gonna rob us, at least put some clothes on, bitch.
And I'm not here to rob nobody. I'm a fucking cop. Now give me some privacy.
Yo, man.
Who is that?
On the way. 30 seconds. Meet up front. Sang chơi trầu đấy.
Ooh, I'm feeling this shit. Ooh, freeze, bitch. What's up? Wait. God damn. It's an unlucky day, June.
Who, June?
You, June.
Just that because I am Asian doesn't mean my name June. That's a racist.
We have black Junes, but they don't look like they about to get arrested by Batman.
Costume party, Michael Jackson.
And who are you going as?
Hillary Goulington.
Who is that?
Now let's go find your friend, Chi.
I found him. Giving me the case.
You want the briefcase?
那黑杰克逊呢？
我们处理他。
Ray coming to save the day.
But mine's first of all, capiche?
I like that shit, bitch.
Why didn't you put in fucking sound effects again?
She's good. I told you. Why you come back? 2 better than 1.
Sai, where are you?
Ty, I thought your name was Rob, you cap ass nigga.
I'm not cap ass.
Don't you ever say nigga to a black man. This Atlanta boy, you say niggas, you gon' have niggas ready to cap your ass in broad daylight. But there's only one exception. If there's no other niggas around and you need my attention, and I mean you really need it, that's your last resort. Ty.
Okay, I understand. My name was Rob.
I thought your name was Robert. Oh, we're gonna talk about that later. 2 better than 1? Let's find out. Now tell me some hot shit to say in Chinese. Hey!
花。
Tai Chi.
蔡志
Tai Chi. What the hell?
This is why I changed my name. I'm because stupid.
But we got better names than Rob. You could have been Denzel.
I am Denzel.
You for sure quick with it. But Denzel, he kill niggas with his earlobes.
Rob is short for Robert McCall.
Legalizer. You gonna keep staring at her, or you gonna spit some game?
I have to be honest, I have no race.
That's all right. I'll practically invented that shit. First, when you make eye contact, you got 3 seconds to approach her, or she gonna think you every other dude checking out her cheech and chong. Then, once you're in there, it's all about confidence. Always have something to say, and say it with a smile. But not like the Joker.
Capiche?
Capiche. Now, if you excuse me, all this ass kicking got my stomach upset. Good luck.
Come on, Ray. Boy.
Nah. Nah.
Nah.
Oh shit. 1, 2.
Close to midnight, and something deep's lurking in the dark.
Watch your gun, dog.
Under the moonlight, you see a sight that's almost stop your heart.
What's up, girl? How you doing?
Is this seat taken?
My boyfriend is sitting there.
That wasn't a question.
Cause this is Thriller, Thriller night. Ain't no one's gonna save you from the beast about to strike. Cause this is Thriller.
Me and Liu Yachty arrest a woman after we kick her ass.
That's insane. I can't believe you know little Yachty. Can I tell you something? The guy in the chair is this.
How much will this conversation cost?
Nothing. Actually, I like talking to you. Besides, he's paying me enough. That briefcase is completely full of money.
Oh shit.
Killer, Thriller. Oh! Oh shit! You like Mike?
I'm the biggest Michael Jackson fan all in China.
I met some guys from China today.
I met a black Michael Jackson today.
What you mean, black Michael Jackson?
He's white, yes?
I can see the confusion, but actually, he was a...
What the fuck was that?
Nobody's trying to rob y'all. I'm a fucking... Nigga stupid. What are you? Die.
Okay, I understand.
Okay, it was so good. It was so good. It was so good.
Die.
Okay, I understand. But you're... Fuck.
You're like, we'll go from
yeah, I'm sorry.
No, don't do that. I'll laugh.
Okay.
Okay, I understand.
I'm sorry. No. Okay, stop. Fuck.
Oh, hello.
No.
The fuck?
Oh, Capiche?
What capiche?
He's white, yes?
He was actually... Oh! Firstly, when you put... Ah, shit.
Oh shit.
Ah, he dropped the strap.
It's him.
That was good. Of course you went to the wrong fucking restroom.
I started running my home garage because the workwear industry wasn't working for my buddies in the trades. These guys deserve a brand that listens to their needs. Every week, our team gathers at the Brunt Garage and we open up for our customers and local workers to hang out and...
That was funny. Alright, y'all. I'm out.